Now, I want to take a special look at APE because APE is looking outstanding. Goodness gracious. Now, APE, I have the APE chart pulled up. This is the daily chart. Just taking a look at the setup that we got going on here, and it's just amazing how we finally are starting to see some movement on this thing. It's well documented that we understand that there is still an arbitrage opportunity on the APE chart that's still playing itself out. Right now, you're basically sitting in a huge macro descending broadening wedge, which we've already covered in past videos. Now, what you also have forming due to the delay in volume, due to the court date, conversion, and so on, there are so many bullish setups are on this particular chart, in my opinion. It's incredible. Like, the opportunity on APE is huge. We already know where it should be value-wise. However, just the setup is looking really, really good. You have this large descending broadening wedge. And within this, you have a large Adam and Eve pattern that does play out. You go a little closer into this thing, you can see you also have a small, on the daily chart, you also have a cup and handle formation that's starting to show itself. So there are several different moves that are happening on this stock. Here's the cup. This is the larger cup, in my opinion, and also have a handle setup. Looking to break this downside, this upside resistance to start the push. From an Elliott wave perspective, I think we're heading to wave 5, which should get us somewhere around the $2.50 some odd cents mark. I have it marked here as $2.59 if we could start to get some volume coming in. Now, I know the theory that is out there is that AMC will drop to meet APE's price while APE will move up. However, AMC's very strong support at this $4 level, the thesis, in my opinion, is changing. The longer they take, the harder AMC is going to rip up. And that's what I'm starting to believe. The longer this move takes, if AMC has not dropped below $4 yet, it's possible. But in my opinion, what's more likely is going to be APE is going to continue to run. AMC will hold its position until between the $3.90 and $4.40 mark. Obviously, what we've seen, it's a possibility we can start moving ever so slightly to about the $4.85 mark on AMC's chart. However, APE is obviously the stronger play with upside opportunity. All right, taking a look here, I have the 4-hour chart pulled up. I'm going to do a quick Elliott wave count on this thing, and I'm going to drop this down here from roughly about the end of March. This is the 4-hour chart. You had this wave 1 up here from about the end of March, about March 17th. We had that pop upwards to about 163 from the lows of about 128. 4-hour chart hit this midline here of the descending broadening wedge, the uptrend of it, which we were trying to get above and retest in some point in the future, which would take us roughly to about $3. However, right now I'm gonna count this as wave 1. 2 was the downside move from this 167 mark back downward to about 136. Wave 3, expansive wave 3, is going to be the entire move. Again, this is all delayed due to what's happening with the lawsuit and everything with Allegheny and all of this good stuff. I'm going to consider this entire thing expansive wave 3. Whatever move that was that took place earlier the other day when we ran up to about $2.30 or so, roughly on Monday the 10th. I'm going to have to count that at the top. It printed, it shows up on my chart. I'm counting it as a top as wave 3. That was a huge move out of nowhere. Wave 3 is going to be counted at that point, roughly at about the 238 mark before it came back down that same morning. Again, I do count after hours on this stock because there are a lot of different things that show up in the after hours time frame that we do need to take in consideration in order to be prepared, and it counts. It's on the books, it counts, in my opinion. I'm going to count that as wave 3. Wave 4 was the drop back down to roughly about 181 that we had on the 11th, which is Tuesday, and this entire next move from 181 upwards, which we are seeing the upwards continuation, I'm calling wave 5. Okay, wave 5, this is on the 4-hour chart. Wave 5 target I have at the 1618, which is at $2.52. My target is $2.59, which is another level of resistance, a major level of resistance that we had created back at the run when we ran up to about $3.33 earlier this year. So that's my move. That's what I'm expecting on APE. APE is going to continue to trickle up. AMC will hold its position. Again, we have to remember that APE has a larger float than AMC does. Obviously, we know that they're running the same fundamentals. There was about a 40 to 50% differential in terms of the float, and AMC does not have AMC does not have to come all the way down to meet APE's price. There's going to be a differential we have to take in consideration. So I'm looking somewhere for APE to probably come up and touch AMC, and then they eventually both start to run together rather than AMC having a very hard dump. Now, it is possible that AMC can dump quickly on this wick like it did on that same morning of June 10th. It is not out of the cards where we get a huge flash dump down to about 390. Possibly even lower to about 350, and then everything runs the opposite direction, like in one single day. That would most likely be news driven. That's not going to be something that's going to happen on its own. I still cannot call what happened here on July 10th. It was a flash move, 12%, 20%, whatever it was that morning. However, it has caused a spring-like action to occur, where AMC is able to move up, and APE has also started to have its reaccumulation. So I'm leaning more towards, the longer this takes, more likely that AMC will stay where it is, and APE will start to catch up to AMC's price, and then they both start to run together, and which is all going to be coming, in my opinion, once they release the data. I'm still expecting the moves to start to happen on both the stock leaning into August, and calling this now the 100% move, 70 to 100% move for months. It's only been delayed simply because of what's happening with the court date. And still continue to ride on that, and still continue to pay attention to the charts and update as much information as I possibly can when something is moving. Just going to keep a look on what happens on the charts, man. We're looking real good so far on PPI, on the charts overall. Most stocks look really, really bullish. Only waiting right now for the jobs information and PPI to know exactly where we stand going into the remainder of the summer, in my opinion. And we'll start to see some things happen. AMC wise, can't wait for this this court date to be in the bank, and let's start moving on this thing, because we're going to catch this thing. Mark my words, we are going to catch the AMC run, and we're going to change some lives out here. So pay attention to that in the meantime. So if you like content like this, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be here each and every day, growing our portfolios together and making the outcome income for 2023. Like, comment, subscribe, leave your questions down in the comment section below. I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace.